Hello everyone. You know, when I said something less grim, well, I really should listen to myself a bit more, because otherwise this whole living thing just isn't going to work well, is it? Well, with that out of the way, welcome to Abomination, the Nemesis project, a game which I got, well, years and years ago when I was just a wee little kid. Well, quite a disturbing game, really. It's kind of the action version of XCOM, only we have a team of 4. Maybe it's more like the new XCOM. Ah, well. Yes, I never understood quite well how people hated it so much. It wasn't that well received, but I liked how it played. There were some AI problems, but most of them were funny. Well, because most of them happened to the enemies. But yeah, it's not such a bad game. Although, I just don't like how disturbing it is. I've never completed the game because I always uninstalled it before I got to the end. All the time. It was just too much, but this time will be different. Okay, not many options in the video menu. The game does have CD music, but I couldn't get it to work properly, much like Codename Outbreak, so that'll have to remain as it is for the moment. Well, the music is not that good anyway, it doesn't stand out. Control... IntelliMouse. Not sure what that did, really. Pause mode. I'm not sure what that does either. Maybe it's a tactical pause kind of system. Or maybe it is. Maybe I should actually try that. If anyone has anything to say about this game, go ahead, because I'm pretty sure that there are still things that I don't know about this game, despite having played it all throughout my life at some point. This is version R2.70 of the game, the latest released patch for it, because well, apparently, according to the patch log, there were quite a according to the patch version, there were quite a lot of problems with it. Anyhow, we have 4 options: start, load, training, where you can, well, let's just take a look at this. You can set up enemies. Oh yeah, enemies are can be quite unique in this game, since, well, they have 3 senses: visual, motion, and vibration. Yes, those 3, well, we can combat those 3 kinds of senses in different ways. Unfortunately, we can never do all at once. But, yeah, that's training. You can just set up a small arena for a bit of combat training. You can play a clone game, which actually clones the campaign of a game that you've already started. It's not really that important, since, well, the game's map, the city map is randomly generated. Well, it's either randomly generated or it has a few different presets, but we shall play an extended campaign. Yes. Yeah, that shall do it. The game does progress well, I feel. Also keep it a normal game, because, well, much like XCOM, people can die permanently, and we will want to keep as many of our people alive as possible, because we can increase their skills and their health and such, you know. We shall call this... what shall we call this? How's that? You'll see what I mean when we actually get into the game. You you know, I was never completely sure how exactly the game difficulty affected the game. Well, I was never sure, but normal is good. Yeah, it's well balanced, that's what I'll say. Now, prepare yourself for a slightly strange intro to Act 1. The game really makes every effort it can to be disturbing. Oh, so look at the bubbles there and a clock there and, well, welcome to our mission screen. Oh yeah, there's this briefing that I'm supposed to brief us on. So, this act is named after the operation, The Cult. Our objective, capture or eliminate the leaders of the Cult of the Faithful and eradicate the areas of the cult operation. Additional objectives. Your team must defend the 4 key installations within the city limits, the forward command post itself, Operations HQ, the research facility, and the satellite uplink. Review files entry I-200 dispatch information for further details. Enter. Alright, time continually passes, but only while you're on the map screen. Going to any of the other screens will stop it.
Next incident.
We already have something to do. That can last 5 minutes longer before it disappears. It's imperative that we do try to complete as many missions as we can, but it's also imperative to give our agents time to recover and rest before, between operations. Well, it did say that we can, read all of this, but that's a bit too much to read. So, instead, I'll give you a brief summary of what's going on. The American president, has been found dead in his office. Lots of weird things are happening around the city. You'll see what weird things when we actually go on to our mission. And it has something to do with a cult called the Faithful. That's what they call themselves, at least. Yes.
Satellite map.
Them and their weird corruption.
Files.
Now, we are Project Nemesis, a team of 8 super soldiers under our command, who each have...
Team members.
Yes, who each have, special abilities. Alex Palmer, Jodie Fox, Nikki Jonas, Tori Wild, Tony Lewis, Matt Lansing, Mark Rodriguez, Carl Wagner, Rebecca Anderson. Yeah, that's it. Oh wait, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count. Oh, they also have heads. Of course. They also have their call signs. But really... their skills aren't that useful. No, where we want to focus...
Next character, previous
shall
character.
be everyone else. We can have... in addition to our 8 super soldiers, we can have 8 normal soldiers. We get them from
Files.
Various places around the city.
Intelligence, equipment.
Oh wait, no.
Team members.
Team members. Down the bottom we have a recruit list. Yes, that's right. Yes, if we have any less than 16 people in our group at a time, then we'll recruit someone from this list. I think it does it automatically. I never learned much about that whole thing. But yes, let's take a look at Rebecca Anderson, for example. She was a police captain. Her stats are not that good. But she is very good with explosives, which are not really that good until late in the game. What about you? I want someone who has medium weapons. Yes, that's what we'll be using throughout most of the game. Medium weapons. I'm not entirely sure how weapon skills affect these troopers, because, well, our super soldiers don't get separate weapon skills, they just get their own super skills, as I showed you. This is a lot to explain. Handguns are another thing that aren't really useful, because they just don't do that much damage. You get a lot of them, but they don't do that much damage. An army captain, who naturally has higher stats. Although, the police captain has more health. Oh man, we only have one person with... medium weapons. Oh well, we'll have to make do with what we have.
Files.
And
Equipment.
we also can review our equipment, which is available to us. Unlike XCOM, there is no such thing as money. We have to order stuff by clicking this button from the HQ stock. Yeah, here's the HQ stock. Here's our current stock. We have 4 Remingtons. We start the game with 4 Remingtons, 4 M16s in stock. And, well, each member of our group has alternates between a weapon and M16 and a Remington. Specifics. We have limited storage space, but we can upgrade it slightly when we get full by building another storage area, which is, well, it will make our stores more prone to attack, but I haven't actually noticed much difference in that area. Well, now that all the pre-mission stuff has been explained to you... Ah, yes.
Equipping.
By the way, don't you think these names are a little bit boring?
Character.
Feel free to just suggest any names that you like, because
previous character.
York. Ah, too bad you're a woman.
Next character.
Oh well.
Previous
yes,
character.
suggest names.
Satellite map.
On the next video, let's get to equipping, and we'll move out. See you soon.